Dragon Vios. I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. And once again, I'm going to go over a Hazbin Hotel review, episode 2, Radio Killed the Video Star. And man, was this a lot of fun. And again, this will contain some spoilers, and this will begin with a quick recap, which I will start now. So, episode 2 kicks off from the events of episode 1. Charlie freaking out over the fact that now there is only 6 months remaining till the next extermination. So she's trying not to panic, but that failed miserably. So Maggie tries to calm her down, but Angel, being Angel, just explains the reality of the situation. And by some strange timing, we are immediately introduced to our beloved snake boy, Sir Pentious. Man, that guy just has impeccable timing, doesn't he? So, Sir Pentious once again tries to challenge Alistair, but as a result, Alistair kind of flicks him over. But in the meantime, we were soon introduced to the V's, the 3 powerful overlords of Velvet, Vox, and Valentino. And of course, this also results in Vox trying to calm down Valentino when he's having his latest tantrum, which is revealed that he's upset at the fact that Angel finally grew a spine and went somewhere else to live. Vox thankfully managed to calm him down before he does anything reckless and stupid that would damage their image. And of course, we're introduced with Velvet, who is trying her best to clean up Valentino's mess after he tore apart one of her models. So, yeah, this immediately kicks off upon the realization that Alistair's back, Vox singing Stayed Gone. And of course, the duo of Vox and Alistair kick off big time in taking each other out. But of course, Vox got so high-strung up to the point where there was a huge blackout of the city, save for the hotel. And then, of course, Vox holds a meeting with the 3 V's to discuss the rest of what to do in terms of the current situation and preventing Alistair from making a bargain with Charlie because he knew this could be a problem. So they jumbled around for a bit and then came up with one big conclusion. Sometime later, after Vaggie and Charlie had once again tried to get new participants to the Hazbin Hotel, it failed miserably. But saved by this event of a knocking of a door, Vaggie answers only to reveal that it is none other than Sir Pentious himself coming back and, of course, claiming that he wants to redeem himself. Angel, bless his heart, doesn't really buy it by that much, while Charlie and Vaggie try to be open to the idea of giving him a chance. Bless Sir Pentious' heart of putting the effort into these activities, going as far as enjoying Charlie's special introductory game and doing a little acting play. He was so cute in that sailor's outfit, I swear. And then, of course, Angel, seeing that admiration in everybody's efforts in Sir Pentious, he decides to go to bed and receives the voice messages from Valentino, which definitely made him feel worse than ever. Angel, feeling cruddy, decides to go get himself a drink at Husk's bar, where he soon comes across Sir Pentious planting a spy device. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Vox's plan, using Sir Pentious as a spy for the hotel, which of course failed miserably. That Angel went as far as in stopping Sir Pentious from what he's doing before he could complete his task. And as a result, the two fight for a bit, catching Charlie and Vaggie's attention. Upon being caught, Sir Pentious tries to make a break for it, but of course Vox cuts him off after the plan had failed miserably, though it was Vox's fault for not coming up with a backup plan on top of another plan. So that was kind of on him. Sir Pentious, feeling bad about the fact that Vox sees him as a useless failure and just a lousy demon in general, Sir Pentious was just ready to end himself, but Charlie reassures him that through the song It Starts With Sorry, that he could be forgiven and given another chance. While it was still uncertain if they could win Sir Pentious over through Angel and Vaggie, things seemed to have quieted down for a bit. And then, of course, Alistair goes finds the spy watch and rubs Vox's failure all over his face before the episode ends. Overall, this was a very good episode. It picked off in terms of the issue that was at hand and made sure we were a little bit more focused at the situation. And of course, I liked of how each of these were introduced and showcasing each of their personalities in just one scene alone. Vox being a bit of a control freak with very hard to trust issues, who tries to smile in front of everyone just so he can keep his true feelings under wraps. When it comes to Valentino, he's the opposite of that. Whatever comes to his mind, he'll let it loose. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if it weren't for Vox, he'd probably destroy the hotel in a matter of seconds. And trust me, his threat level doesn't get higher until much later in the season. As for Velvet, she is somebody who doesn't take crud from anyone. Despite her small size and being the smallest of the V's, it probably makes more sense of why she has to be more aggressive with the other two. Now, in terms of their dynamic, there isn't much to say. I wish we could have explored it more in season 1, but I'm pretty sure they'll make up for it in season 2. And of course, with Stayed Gone, which I will talk about later, this one gets you hooked in the rivalry between Alistair and Vox and makes you want to ask, what happened? And of course, while some people may have some issues with Sir Pentious being the spy and that it was like all resolved too quickly, I felt like it made some sense if you think back to Sir Pentious' personality that was displayed earlier in the episode, his reluctance in lying, his participation with the hotel, and of course, he definitely wanted to try to be in a group in the, I guess, the honest way possible, especially when it comes to being in a place like hell where you have to be big and vicious in order to survive, which Charlie is trying to show that doesn't have to be the case. And of course, speaking of which, you do feel bad of her struggles in terms of trying to remain calm despite the pressure of only having 6 months to show that her hotel can actually work. Which, of course, is going to be easier said than done, and thankfully they managed to still hold on to that challenge for us. And in terms of what may happen next, it just makes us want more out of it. And of course, I do like of how they represented Angel, showing that he's struggling with change and that his dynamic in terms of his arc is close to realistic as possible. So again, Rayo Killed the Video Star was a good one. Consider the fact that I'm having a hard time to choose the one MVP on this episode. I feel like it's best to do 4. For one, I'd say Vox, because his introduction was pretty good. He definitely shows that he's a solid villain, though he can be kooky at times. Though I feel like in season 2, that will probably change pretty darn soon. As for number 2, I'd say would go to Charlie, because she's, again, focusing on her goals and what she's trying to achieve. And she's not a hypocrite about what she's trying to do, and is established pretty decently in this episode. As for number 3, Sir Pentious, because even though he tried to be a liar, you can't help but love this guy, especially when he tries his hardest to fit into the hotel. And I mean, he tries everything, and you do feel bad for him when he finally gets caught and gets reprimanded by Vox, even though Vox was the one who came up with this flim flam plan. And to top it all off, for number 4, I'd say Angel, because he was the one who was acting suspicious, asking questions, as well as being the only one who, so far, is having difficulty reforming himself, and he actually feels bad, but he's just too proud to actually share his feelings with the group. And considering the situation he was in, it's a little understandable. Stayed Gone is definitely one heck of a song that gets stuck in your head, among others. In this case, with Stayed Gone, this is Vox trying to dethrone Alistair after being gone for 7 whole years. And he tries his best not to act like it's a big deal, but oh man, was he acting like it was a huge deal, up to the point where he caused a citywide blackout because of that. As for Alistair, he tries not to get too bothered by it and knows how to roast Vox 6 ways to Sunday. So you could definitely say that these two have a history, and even the lyrics alone could definitely tell that Vox might have had a romantic relationship or semi romantic relationship with Alistair before their fallout. So this is going to be very interesting come season 2 when we finally learn the history between these two and what caused it in the first place. And also with the lyrics, sometimes they get a little bit quick, and I could imagine of how tricky it was trying to sing some of those lyrics. I mean, could you imagine trying to speak so rapidly in one full breath? Give it up for Christian Boyle, y'all. It Starts With Sorry is such a cute song. You definitely see more of Charlie's character shine through this song because there is some truth to it. Sometimes the path to forgiveness starts with a sincere sorry. And of course, we definitely see that Serpentius is a very sincere character. I mean, he, as someone had pointed out in one YouTube video, that he's not very used to lying. Like, when he was lying the first time to the group, he was hesitant and seemed to be struggling to have proper words because he might not have lied his entire life. And of course, with Charlie, she was willing to listen to him, and he even admits that he didn't deserve this sort of kindness. He didn't deserve a second chance. He was showing that he was remorseful for his actions because maybe in a very long time I have yet to see the background story of him. And please, if any of you saw those leaks, don't give anything away. It definitely shows that deep down inside he has some good in him. It's just it wasn't flat out apparent until now. And through the duet, we can't help but feel just a little happy that Charlie was finally getting a little success in what she was trying to accomplish. Though it's still a little naive and it may not be fully true because sorry can get to a certain extent, but it is something to consider overall. So these are just my thoughts, and I'd like to hear yours. What do you think of this episode, and what score would you give it? For me, it would be a 9 out of 10 because this one was a well thought out episode. But do a like and subscribe. This is Dragon Videos signing off.